is really improved.
Oh, yeah, without question.
Yeah. With the game about to tip off, we send you to Kevin Harlan,
who's also scared of spiders.
We're broadcasting from Chicago as the Bulls get ready to take the hardwood here at the United Center. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. Looking at Chicago, they took the win in their last game against the Pacers in Indiana. And they barely squeaked by with that one, edging out by just 1 point.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Yeah, on the road, role players often have a harder time scoring. But on that night, it was just the opposite.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, Karl Anthony Towns has a different disposition than his predecessor and mentor, Kevin Garnett. The KG said of Cat, don't take the smile for weakness. He plays with another type of engine. What they do share, Kevin, is a true love for the game. Back to you.
Outstanding, D.A. Thank you. And tonight, clubs from each conference, Smitty, but they know each other very well.
They have a lot of history between these two teams, a little bad blood. I like competition that gets a little edgy. They're playing for pride, Kevin.
It's going to be the Bulls off the tip. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Chicago. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. They've got Towns. Jones is out there with Holiday. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Beal in at the 3. Now here's Levine. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Dunn. No good with the triple. Wiggins against Markkanen, and it's Wiggins missing. Chicago with the ball. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Jones against Dunn. Here's Levine. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Levine's got the opening basket of the game for the Bulls. Holiday against Levine. To the paint. Here's Towns. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
And already a leader at such a young age. Towns' teammates look to him to anchor them on both ends, and he has not disappointed.
The Timberwolves shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And the first one drops. And Towns drops them both.
Well, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Dunn kicks to Carter. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Levine with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. No good from Durant. Levine against Holiday. There's Beal with the 3. Durant with some nice deep. Well, Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Takes the 12-footer and hits.
That's nice patience by Zach Levine, finding the open man, not trying to do it all himself.
Jones finds Beal. Here's Wiggins. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Well, if you're the coach, you're frustrated right now. That's exactly the look you're trying to get on offense.
Dunn with it. A 14-point game for him in the win against Indiana.
And some of the passes he threaded through the defense were just incredible. He made it look so easy.
Now here's Levine. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2.
And this is what he gives you, the ability to contest the shot without fouling.
Perimeter defense at a premium these days. You see the value in this kind of effort.
And here is Dunn following the 3 from Drew Holiday. Carter against Towns. Carter outside on the wing. Levine. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And the rejection by Towns. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
They executed on the road, stayed focused, stay consistent with who you are as a team.
Well, sometimes the away games brings guys together. It's you versus the world in that situation.
Here's Levine after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. To the middle. Fade away. Markkanen can't get it to go.
And that can't happen. Missing the wide open chip shot. The winners of 6 championship titles, the Chicago Bulls, all in the 1990s, and all with Jordan and Pippen.
Now here is Carter. No points in the game yet for him. Back to Dunn. Over Jones. Dunn shot's good.
Explosive off the bounce, especially when he's getting space out of the pick and roll situation.
Well, the Bulls rebuilt their team a couple times. Then things would unravel.
Yeah, you had the Derrick Rose years. He won league MVP playing for the Bulls. Then you had Jimmy Butler. He gets traded. They continue to search for that championship formula once again.
Towns. Another miss by Towns.
He likes to work that in-between area, upset with himself that he couldn't connect.
Durant, no good.
Lazy defense against a good score. Turns out not to matter.
And Beal kicks to Towns. Pass to Holiday. Back to Towns. Just 4 to shoot. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
He's hit a rough patch this quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of it, though.
Outside, Levine. Now the pass to Markkanen. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Beal, the pass to Wiggins. Poked away. Durant with the steal. Kicks it to Dunn. Pass to Markkanen. Outside Durant. Here's Levine. They get a hand on it. Markkanen. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
You look at Lauri Markkanen. He's a 7-foot fluid basketball player. Most European players not known for their athleticism. But his mobility is pretty good for a player his size.
And it's tied up with that one. And Markkanen, still young, he'll look to add strength as his career continues.
And if he does, Kevin, his future is probably at the center position. It's not about bulk. You got to be strong to weather that physicality inside.
Valanciunas is checked in for Jones. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. This their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, 1 apiece.
Win 1, lose 1. This might be the case again for both teams this coming season.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You take a look at the 76ers. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And, of course, the Chicago Bulls. Not really any threat right now, as their record showing a lot more losses.
And looking at Chicago, this season has to really become a wake-up call for them moving forward. If they didn't recognize before this year that they didn't have the talent to compete in this league, they sure as heck better recognize it now.
I'm sure they do, because it's obvious that the way this team is currently constructed just isn't working. Changes have to be made, and they can't wait too long to make them.
And stolen by Wiggins. Now here's Towns. Not a lot of room. No good from Valanciunas.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
The shot by Valentine, no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And Valanciunas kicks to Beal. Pass to Holiday. Now here's Valanciunas. Tight defense on him. Shot clock at 6. Holiday gets the bucket.
Talk about scoring the basketball. Legit player. Holiday got paid because he can play.
Passes it to Valentine. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Covered by Wiggins. The pass to Melton. From deep. No good on that one. Excellent D there from Holiday. Minnesota leading by 3. And it's Towns missing.
Well, just think what's happening here. He hasn't found his groove, yet they still hold the lead.
Outside Durant. Pass to Valentine. Outside Portis. Durant in the corner. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Durant's got his second bucket of the night.
The wiry strength of Kevin Durant enabling him to guide it home.
And Valanciunas kicks to Holiday. Wiggins finds Valanciunas. Here's Towns. Gets that one to drop. That's his third field goal in 8 tries.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Now, here's Portis. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Now, here's Valentine. He's covered by Beal. Just 3 to shoot. Beal with the steal. Throws up. Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Bulls trail by 5. Durant kicks to Valentine. Pass to Melton. Stolen by Holiday. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. Sweet little floater.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Outside Portis. And the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
And Chicago has possession. They trail by 7.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
Poke loose and stolen by Dunn. And the Bulls with another miss.
Looking a little tentative on a very makeable shot, and this one was uncontested.
Brown dishes to Jones. Passes it to Bates-Diop. Back to Jones. Just 5 on the clock. Inside. And there's Valanciunas on the assist by Jones. And now it's a 9-point Timberwolves lead. The Bulls shooting a mere 25% from the floor in this first quarter. Now here's Markkanen. Not a lot of room. Back to Levine to end the cold streak. Valanciunas grabs the board. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Kicks to Brown. Lets it go with a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Brown's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
Now let's take a moment to check out the steals leaders. Chris Dunn on top.
Defensively, his intensity just never drops. You match that up with his incredible timing, and you can see why he's atop the list.
Here is Carter. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Dunn outside. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Up top, Markkanen. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
This is where Markkanen is lethal. Good balance off the catch, smooth mechanics, soft touch.
Here's Bates-Diop, defended by Carter. 6 on the shot clock. Valanciunas passes to Bates-Diop. And the 3 off target. Bulls trail by 10. To the middle. Here's Carter. And then Carter with the dunk.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
I think it very well could be. That might be the game-changing play that helps push them over the top.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. He kicks to Markkanen. On the wing, Levine. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I mean, thinking back to where Levine was drafted, 13th overall, raised some eyebrows, but it was all about upside.
For Chicago, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. And so Levine nails both of them. 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Jones kicks to Valanciunas. Over Carter. And so it's Minnesota with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
That heat, boy.
for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
Yeah, it's been the defense that has them out in front. But let's see if they can sustain their intensity.
Timberwolves leading by 6. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for Chicago right now, they've got Portis, also Carter out there, and it's Melton in at the point. 5 to shoot. Jones, that's for 2, and good as it just snugs right down through the net.
Not sure who designed that play, but he makes it count.
Now here's Valentine. He's covered by Brown. And here is Valentine. No points in the game yet for him. Just his first attempt. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 6th rebound on the night. Brown kicks to Valanciunas. Jones looking for an opening, and the 3 ball is good. And now it's an 11-point Timberwolves lead. Steve, how about just getting along? I mean, obviously you want to win and play well, but what about teammates just getting along?
You know, Kevin, I love it because I think there's an expectation if you don't get along, you can't win. There are some teams you can see these two guys don't like each other, and they still win. But then the teams that is sustained for a long time is the teammates that get along. What you want to do is set, goals that's realistic. And if you can do that and obtain that, then you have pretty much a good team.
Basket good.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
The Bulls shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. It's stolen by Jones. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. The pass to Brown. Pass to Bates-Diop. 6 to shoot. Shoots. They grab their own miss. Valanciunas, good.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the back end.
Pass to Valentine. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. From deep 3-point range, rebounded by Valanciunas. And it's Jones with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. There's the feed to Brown. Over Valentine. And it's Brown missing. Bulls have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. To the middle. Valentine with it. Brown's there. Valentine shot good.
He always goes strong to the basket when he gets great inside looks.
Timberwolves leading by 11. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's Valanciunas, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Boston Celtics. And then on Monday, they'll take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
First free throw is good. When you look at today's NBA salaries, Steve, do you feel the responsibility to learn financial management falls mostly on the players, or should the league do even more to help them find out about what they're going to do with all this money?
You know, I think it's the responsibility of both. I think the Players Association, also the NBA, and I think organizations as well. I think you look at it, we're all involved to get a chance to help these youngsters. It's not easy for a 19-year-old, 20-year-old to become a millionaire overnight. That's just not something that you're used to, and handling that, it has been a problem for some players in the past.
Chicago calls timeout.
And this is what you got to do. I mean, if it ain't working, call timeout, try to figure out what you can do to fix the problem.
You know, also, it's just a chance to take a breath, regroup, get your mind set, and come back out fresh.
Inside. Now, here's Valentine. He's covered by Brown. Carter outside. And that one, good. Carter's got his second basket of the night. Timberwolves leading by 11. Outside, Jones. No good that time. Good work defensively by Carter. The Bulls have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Valentine. It's tipped. To the inside. Carter with the block. Here's Melton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And he trims the lead to single digits.
Punishing the smaller man inside. Just good fundamental basketball.
Minnesota calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
There's no reason for these big men to shy away from contact on the inside because when they get to the foul line, you can see the success they've been having in the past month. Fourth, Lauri Markkanen.
And a lot of these big men take the confidence they have in the paint straight to the free throw line with them. I mean, that makes them very hard to handle.
It may earn them a little extra space because you don't want to get physical with these guys. They can make you pay at the line.
Count it. And that's now 10 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Dunn passes to Levine. And he converts the layup. Levine's got 6.
He has length and he has athleticism. Both of those help him operate inside and beat good defenses.
Down low, Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now, here's Dunn. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Levine looking around. Durant in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. From the wing. That misses off the backboard.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Here's Dunn after the basket by Minnesota. Markkanen can't get it to go.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And it's Wiggins missing. Bulls trail by 13. Dunn outside. To the middle. Here's Durant. And then Durant with the dunk.
What I like is when Chris Dunn keeps his poise, keeps his eyes up, good things happen.
Wiggins finds Towns. Holiday with it. Back to Towns. Levine against Beal. It's rebounded by Portis. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Durant against Wiggins. Durant attacking. And then Durant with the dunk.
Wow, the skills at his size. Durant makes a number of moves every game that just leaves you shaking your head.
Now here is Holiday. He picked up 24 points in their last one against New York.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Wiggins kicks to Beal. Back to Wiggins. Drills the three-pointer. Wiggins has got 5 points in the quarter.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on. And Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
Clock at 6. Lobbed up there for Durant. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Wiggins with it. Now guarded by Dunn. And Towns gets it to go.
I like what he's given them tonight. Efficient offense that's helped fuel this lead.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but, you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
Here's Markkanen after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Wiggins against Durant. Over Wiggins. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Kevin Durant. Minnesota calls timeout. Steve, now that you've had a little time away from the game as a player, what are some of the things you notice now that maybe you didn't notice when you were playing before?
Well, I think right now the emphasis on nutrition. Kevin, I did not take that serious. I thought I could eat whatever I wanted to. And I think also right now I look and love what is going on technology-wise as far as guys being able to use technology to help their game and to enhance their game.
Bulls making a switch here. Carter's checked in. And it's done in the corner to the paint. And the rejection by Towns. Inside. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Chicago. It's a 14-point game. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Markkanen inside the line. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Outside, Towns. Dishes it to Wiggins. And Holiday has it in the corner. Over Markkanen. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Yeah. And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and backcourt for Minnesota.
And their guards have led the way in that regard. The ball is in their hands, and credit to them. They're not just looking to get shots up. They're of the mindset to create great looks for everybody.
Outside, Levine. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got his 5th rebound in this one. And Wiggins gets it to go on the assist from Beal. Beal's got his 4th assist in this one.
Yeah, you see the killer instinct. He's going for the death blow.
True story. They got a monster lead that's taking a life of its own.
Now here is Carter. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. No good from Durant.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And the basket is good. And the Timberwolves lead by 16.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Carter dishes to Levine. And the rejection by Towns. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns. .141 left to play here in the second quarter. Goes up the baseline. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Dunn's got his second bucket of the game to go. Minnesota leading by 14. Passes it to Towns. Outside Holiday. Poke loose. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for Dunn. First in steals, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And as you said, #1 in steals this season. He's the sneakiest ball hawk in the league right now. Hide everything you've got because he's coming after you. Now here is Holiday. 5 points in the game. Shot clock at 5. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Cranes the three-pointer. 12 points for Andrew Wiggins.
They've been outstanding from beyond the arc this quarter. Their percentage has been climbing steadily.
Dunn kicks to Durant. The pass to Markkanen. Over Holiday. Oh, yes, the turnaround. Markkanen's got his third bucket of the night.
In the mid-range. Rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Now here's Towns. 14 points for him. Over Carter. Towns, no luck. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Thien passes to Durant. Towns with the defensive effort. Timberwolves leading by 15. It's Beal on the wing, guarded by Levine. And Beal kicks to Holiday. Tries a three, and again, Minnesota with the triple.
And this is tough to stop if you're the defense. They have just gotten locked in from three-point range this quarter.
Pass to Durant. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got 3 assists in the game. There's Beal with the three, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Andrew, the energy and effort were apparent throughout that first half. How were you able to do it?
We had a good practice, working hard, really putting things together. Keep doing that, we can come out with a W.
Hey, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. The first half was all about Karl Anthony Towns. He had 14 points, 4 block shots, and 1 steal. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. And, Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, we knew Big Cat had all the tools to be a star. And now we're seeing the maturity. It's sometimes hard for one and dones to come in and be consistent from possession to possession. But now that he's had some time under his belt, he's able to maintain his focus and play up to his potential over long stretches. I love that about him.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Well, there are a few areas they need to improve on, but perimeter defense is priority numero uno. They got to be quicker to close out on the three-point shooters, and you got to prevent the open looks. They weren't fighting through screens. They're just not doing enough, Ernie, especially outside.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, you like to run more doubles at him, but the risk there is opens up things for everybody else.
And And so Holiday will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Bradley Beal is out there with Wiggins. Then it's Holiday. Then there's Towns.
And there's one thing that's never been in question about Wiggins, his ability to be a high-volume scorer. And in case you needed a reminder, he's giving you one tonight.
Chicago with the ball after the basket by Minnesota. LaVine finds Durant. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. 4 on the clock. LaVine for 3, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. While we have a quick chance here, let's now take a look at some point guards who have been dead on target from the floor over the course of the past 10 games. 5th on the list, Chris Dunn.
As a point guard, you want to create the best possible shot every trip down the floor. And given the way these guys have shot the ball, it's not a bad idea every now and then for them to go it alone.
You're right. I don't care what position it is. With percentages like that, get them more shots.
Towns wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Bulls trail by 18. Outside Durant. He dishes it to Dunn. Kicks to LaVine. On deep. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Knocked away. Wiggins. And the layup's good off the glass. Wiggins has got 16.
And a high percentage look there, and he takes full advantage. Bumps up the lead.
Yeah, the lead now is double digits. Some tricky matchups out there. Not a lot of solutions.
And the rejection by Towns. Here's Carter. And again, Chicago. No good. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Wiggins drawn the double team. The kick out to Holiday. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. And that's 11 points for Jrue Holiday.
Certainly capable from distance. Defenses no longer dare Holiday to shoot from out there.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Got a piece of it. He kicks it to Towns. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. I know, Steve, when you were an amateur basketball player, some people had suggested they're not teaching enough skill. Now that same refrain is heard. But then you see young players like Jason Tatum, Dennis Smith Jr. What's your opinion now?
I think people look at these players individually, and I think these young guys coming up in youth basketball, the individual player that plays better gets the 4-star, the 5-star. So a lot of these guys want to be that player. We don't put enough emphasis on team basketball. So whereas you're just as important as the best guy, and I think if we can change that narrative, you will see that. But skill-wise, I think we're okay for our skills with guys with the basketball. I think now we got to have guys understanding how to play without it in their hands.
And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Markkanen with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Looking to end the run. Oh, trying for it. Wow, way off on that one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Can't hit from the elbow. Well, Chicago has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Durant against Beal. Durant dishes to LaVine. Pass to Markkanen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Looking to get it going. And the shot falls short this time.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Levine kicks to Dunn. Passes to Carter. Here's Durant. The pass to Markkanen. And again, no good by Chicago.
Still no rhythm. This may be a time when you want to make the extra pass. Give someone else a chance.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Down against Holiday. 9 feet out, and it's in there. 6 points for Chris Dunn.
And with that bucket, he ceases a 14-0 run by the Timberwolves.
Right side Towns. From down in the low post, it goes. Towns has got 18 points in the game.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
The momentum is building, scoring in a bunch of ways. That's why his number keeps getting called.
Now here's Levine. 6 points for him.
He's obviously hit a bit of a dry spell here. Only 1 of 5 this quarter.
Here's Minnesota. They're on a 16-4 run right now. Wiggins surveying the floor. Here's Towns. That ball's nice feed that time from Wiggins. And that's 20 points for Karl Anthony Towns. Pass to Markkanen. There's the dish to Durant. Bulls moving the ball around. And so the ball out of bounds. Beal touched it last.
And we get a chance to check out the numbers for Bradley Beal. He's getting around 16 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Well, and we've seen defenses try to adjust. But he has the intelligence along with the talent, just finds new ways to beat them.
Pass to Melton. Now, here's Valentine. He's guarded closely.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
He takes pride in how he crashes the glass. No one is getting in his way when he's in that area.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Reads the play, quick reaction, almost comes up with that steal.
Holiday. Wiggins outside, down low. And there's Bradley Beal on the assist by Wiggins. Beal's got 9.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
Count the basket.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
And there's one thing you're trying to minimize. It's second chance opportunities. Poor defensive rebounding for them.
Now here's Towns. He's got 20. That's tipped.
Great size by Bobby Portis. Would love to see him block more shots, but he got all of that one.
Here's Melton, defended by Towns. That shot, no good. And Minnesota will come the other way. Beal up top, defended by Durant. Beal, the pass to Holiday. Fires from deep. Rebound by the Bulls. Here's Melton. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Durant against Wiggins. Durant, the pass to Melton. Down low. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Former NBA scoring champion KD likes the looks he's seeing tonight, applying constant pressure on the offensive end.
Now here's Beal. He's got 9. Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Let's now take a moment to view the league's leading rebounders. Number 1, Karl Anthony Towns. And, of course, Valanciunas.
Guys, we're lucky to get to watch two of the league's most outstanding rebounders on the same court here today.
Passes it to Valentine. Outside Durant. To the middle. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one is on Towns. For Chicago, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. We've got plenty of great ball handlers in this game, but when you talk about the best of the best, Steve, who comes to mind? Great ball handlers in the league right now.
I think Kyrie Irving, Steph Curry, James Harden, Chris Paul, Kemba Walker. Those are some of the names that stand out for me, and those are kind of the guards. But for me, now you're starting to see the Giannis Antetokounmpo, the guys at that size, Kevin Durant being able to handle the basketball. So those names are the kind of the names that stick out for me.
Just 4 to shoot. Back to Portis. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Portis has got his second basket of the night. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They need this one. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
And that's his second triple of the game. Hadn't hit any in the first half. Maybe they made an adjustment at the break.
Outside Durant from deep. Wiggins with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Holiday looking over the floor. Wiggins outside. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Holiday finds Beal. From about 16. That misses off the backboard. And Chicago shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. To the paint. Outside Portis. There's the pass to Melton. Wiggins against Durant. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
And Holiday kicks to Valanciunas. Outside Beal to the inside. Towns down low. Defended by Portis. And that one's good. Towns.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
Here's Melton, guarded by Holiday. Melton passes to Durant. To the middle. Here's Valentine. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 11 rebounds in the game. Beal from long range. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And Chicago shooting 40% from the field. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
To the paint. And that one's good. Durant's got 18 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Pass to Valanciunas. Outside Holiday. Pass to Towns. Shoots over Portis. And he overshot that one, missing. Durant finds Portis. Back to Durant. Now here's Valentine. He's covered by Beal. 5 on the clock. Poked away. Rebound Minnesota. Towns has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Inside, here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 11 rebounds. Here's Melton. Kicks it to Durant. Over Wiggins. And it goes at the buzzer!
Digging deep to hit that shot. That shows some serious guts right there.
Oh, man.
Ending this one with a bang.
It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for Minnesota. Scoring, rebounding. He was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Markkanen is inside at 4 with Portis the 5. Then there's Valentine, and it's Melton in at the 1. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
This is what they want to see. Portis finishing strong inside, making his presence felt.
Outside, Jones. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. For star players, even after a loss, Steve, they're asked to give press conferences after the games. Talk about how difficult that is for a player in the moments after a very difficult defeat.
And this is where you have to use your teammates and obviously your PR guys around the team to help you and obviously gather yourself before you get a chance to go in there, because it's tough. You're running high with emotions and sometimes the wrong type of emotions.
Yes.
But I also, Kevin, would love to see on the media side, there are some questions I just don't agree with. I think you should get a yellow card. You ask a dumb question, and if you get a red card, you can't ask any more questions for that series.
I think you'd be handing me cards after everything I say. I'd rather be piling cards in front of
Kevin,
me.
Not at all.
Good on both. The Bulls shooting the ball at 42%. Passes it to Markkanen. Takes the 13-footer. No good that time. And Minnesota now the other way. On the wing, Brown. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Dishes it to Jones. 5 to shoot. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Releases from 15, and that one hits back iron.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
Now here's Markkanen. Outside Portis. Shoots. They get it again. Melton's shot is good.
I'll tell you, there's no quitting him when it comes to the offensive glass.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. And there's the pass to Bates-Diop. We hear the term empty stats every once in a while, Steve, usually referring to great production on a bad team. How valid do you think that theory is?
It is. A lot of guys you see are averaging, these numbers, and players look around, and the players you're saying, unfortunately for him, those numbers are empty stats because there are a lot of times these numbers are found and when the game is decided. And a lot of times on bad teams, you see these guys going for numbers. Then you get a chance to see them play on good teams, and those stats just don't match up.
Good explanation. And he knocks down the first one. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
The Bulls have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Portis against Valanciunas. Out to the wing. Makes it off the glass.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
Pass to Bates-Diop. NBA wants to keep things competitive, and one way to do that was to make some changes, Steve, to the draft lottery odds. Do you think it'll be enough?
You know, I think it's the right call for them. I think the bottom 3 teams all have the same odds for the top 3 spots now. And it'll be much more even to distribute the odds for the back half of the lottery.
And he goes in for the dunk.
This is a guy who knows how to orchestrate an offense. Terrific lead pass.
Pass to Valanciunas. Shoots over Portis. No good from Valanciunas. The Bulls have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. To the left side wing. Here's Melton. 6 to shoot. He kicks to Markkanen. Over Jones. Misses off the left iron.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
He wants to help his team, but when you're in position to finish, it's hard to turn that down.
The Bulls shooting 57% in this fourth quarter. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Now, here's Markkanen. D right on him. He hits Portis atop the key. Kicks to Valentine. Here's Melton. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Passes to Bates-Diop. When it comes to flagrant fouls, do you think the difference, Steve, between flagrant 1 and flagrant 2 is being called correctly for the most part?
I do, Kevin. I think we always have gray areas, and when you start to look at rules, but for the most part, I think they're getting the flagrant 1 and the flagrant 2. You know, I think they're getting it right.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Jones, the pass to Bates-Diop. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Back to Jones. Over in the corner, Brown. No good on the triple.
You know, this is a time when you don't have to force anything. You're in command of this game.
Here's Portis. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Okogie, the shot's good. Brown making the play.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
And he makes the little adjustment just as he goes to lay it in.
Here's Melton. Knocks down the 3-ball.
I love the adjustments he's made here in the second half, getting the looks he wants now and shooting a much higher percentage.
Jones, the pass to Bates-Diop. To the inside. Brown, good.
Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up. Be willing to make the extra pass.
The NBA is so financially stable right now, Steve. What's it been like watching this growth for the league overall?
You know, I've loved it because I think the partnership has been phenomenal. The league is growing both for players and also organization. They've done a nice job of getting a chance to hammer out some of these issues to making it worthwhile financially for the league and also financially for the players.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Speaking of Bobby Portis, he's going to fight, he's going to scrap, he's going to give you maximum effort every night.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Right side Towns. Outside Beal. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Portis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Dunn kicks to Durant. It's rebounded by Towns. Minnesota's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Here's Wiggins, and it's Wiggins with the jam.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Portis, the pass to Dunn. Carter with it. Now guarded by Towns. And the pass to Durant. Shoots over Beal. And again, Chicago, no good. Well, the NBA has had 3 referee crews for quite a while. Steve, do you think adding a 4th ref would help in any way?
No, I think it'll get a little bit crowded on the floor. I would love to see, I know they won't go back, I love the 2 referee situation. I look at it right now, referee A calls a call, referee B calls a call. It just feels like referee C has to make the next call or get up far as even with the other referees. I would love to see them go back to a 2-referee situation.
Now here's Wiggins. Zach LaVine unable to get his last shot to go. Jones kicks to Beal. Just 5 to shoot. Launches it. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Ever since halftime, he's had his eyes on the basket and just crushing it right now.
The Bulls have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the 4th, right around 46-47%. Now here's Durant. Carter, the pass to Durant. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. Durant's got 10 points here in the second half.
You see how quickly Durant sets up for the catch-and-shoot shot, giving the defense no chance.
Brown kicks to Towns. Jones against Dunn. Brown outside. Pass to Jones. From past the arc. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Dunn shot's good.
One of the stronger point guards we have, Chris Dunn, often does his best work in the paint.
Jones kicks to Brown. Here's Towns over Carter. And it's Towns missing. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Well, we're always talking now about the modern super teams, whether they're a good thing or they're bad for the game. But the counter is that we've always had super teams at one time or another. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think we've always had super teams, Kevin. You look back at the Lakers with Magic and Kareem and Worthy. Those is kind of like a big 3. And you look at the Celtics back in the day with McHale, Bird, Parrish, those guys. I think right now what you're looking at is we haven't seen where MVPs go join other MVPs. That's where it's been the change right now. Now you're seeing the super teams. That's why I think it's changed.
Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Chicago. Valanciunas, who's checked in for the Timberwolves. Holiday comes in for Jones. Durant hits them both.
Kevin Durant as a rookie to Kevin Durant right now, the difference is he's comfortable being a vocal leader.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Valanciunas. Higgins outside. Here's Towns. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 5 assists in the game. The Bulls shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Holiday against Dunn. Outside, Levine to the left side wing. Three-pointer, Markkanen.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
And Beal kicks to Wiggins. Passes it to Valanciunas. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the call. Chicago the foul.
Gentlemen. Being that Valanciunas is 7 feet tall, he is a real problem for the defenses.
We've had a full season now, Steve, of the jersey-sponsored insignias and patches that has become a reality in the NBA. Any thoughts on that so far?
I guess, Kevin, because I'm old school, I don't like seeing it on the jerseys. I like the clean look. I would love to see it on their warm-up jerseys. You know, obviously their warm-up jackets and pants. I just don't like seeing it on the jersey. But I don't think I'm going to win this one, Kevin. I think they are here to stay. I think they might even add more sponsors on jerseys.
Yeah, the look they like is the look of money. Money, that's a good look.
That's the look
they get from those sponsorships, right? And he's good on the second.
For a player his size, Valanciunas has always been a good free throw shooter. We won't see a hack of Val anytime soon.
Dunn dishes to Durant. Over Wiggins. And the Bulls with another miss. Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Beal finds Holiday. There's 1:40 left to play in the final quarter. Offensive rebound. And there's the pass to Towns. Over Carter. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists now tonight. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Timberwolves.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Karl Anthony Towns.
What I like that he came ready to compete in this game, but he did it under control. Tremendous poise, never seemed to be in a hurry, just played the game the right way.
Beal against Durant. Here's Towns. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
One shot behind the lanes.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. Bean passes to Markkanen. Carter kicks to Dunn. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Levine finds Durant. Shoots a fader. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim.
With his size, KD almost unstoppable from mid-range.
Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Dunn. Eight seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Outside Holiday. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Andrew, an impressive win for you guys. How will you look back on tonight?
It feels great, I think the whole team played great. We shared the ball, we grabbed rebounds, we made big possessions, so I think it was a great game.
Hey, Andrew, congrats again. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.